Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champions taking on, well, another team from the AFC. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared. Physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
The secret to his game and his success, incredible chemistry with each and every one of the guys who catches passes with him. And not only does he ask them to stay after practice or meet him before practice, he actually demands it because he knows if they have that kind of chemistry built up, they're going to be hard to beat each and every ball game.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. CD, always more eyes on these night games, and they started it off nicely there on that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Don't think for a second these players don't know and understand that. They want to impress their peers across the league. They also want to win the ball game. That's the way to get things going.
Here's a 2nd and 5. The man in motion left here, Johnson. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Room here to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2. Looking to throw. Harris. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Here's Harris throwing on first down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. Harris. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Looking to throw. Harris. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on third down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
And this one is right through. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
That throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's grabbed over the middle by White. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
To throw on second down. Alexander. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Third down and 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play. They go play action here on first down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. They'll look to throw again. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Off the play fake. Alexander. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Toronto's offense ready to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Back to throw. Harris. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be second down. Up the middle they go. Nixon. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Now Harris on first down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, first and 10. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Harris now on 3rd and 2. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. 3-3 our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out.
And it'll be intercepted.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Looking to throw. Alexander. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. The defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly exactly what you do.
Looking to throw on second down. Alexander. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. With 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Back to throw again. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. This offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Johnson on the return. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And that will come the offense as they take over. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
2nd down and 6 now. Now a handoff up the middle. Nixon. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Back to throw. Harris looking middle, and that's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd and 2, Harris. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Harris. To throw on 2nd down. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Harris to throw on 3rd down. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And a very elusive run as he'll wind up getting about 9 on that one. To throw on 2nd down. Alexander, 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing on 1st down. Alexander. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Fletcher. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Alexander. He finds his man complete. It's Fletcher. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Fletcher. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Off play action. Alexander throwing the out route incomplete. That's White. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Looking to throw. Alexander. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
And they are going to have a 1st down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando and the EA Sports Halftime Report. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Now a hit and loose football. One of the linebackers has got it, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And that has to be so frustrating, because you know that they had something set up there for this first drive of the second half. It wasn't the fumble.
Sometimes no matter what you go over at halftime, no matter what you say, errors will result, and that's exactly what happened here. They were trying to change things from what happened in the first half. Instead, they continue to make mistakes.
60 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one, as he just did there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now for the point after. Oh, this will frustrate a coach right here. The flag is out before they get off the extra point. And this is going to be a delay of game. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. And the lead is up to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Off the play fake. Alexander. He's got his man. It's White. And they've got him well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
2nd and short. That's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw. Alexander. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Up the middle they go. Fletcher. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Touchdown! From 3 yards out. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They'll try it again now after the 5-yard walk-off. It's up and good, a 7-point margin. It's 20-13 now. So the drive there took 6 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And just shutting him off there. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Down the numbers. There he goes. Inside the 20. Touchdown. A great play there. 73 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Toronto's offense ready to take over. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
To throw on 3rd down, Alexander. And he comes back with one complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. They bring their punter out there now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
Off play action. Alexander. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big pickup of 38.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Alexander to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
On fourth down, Alexander. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 4 yards out. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Nixon, and a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Third down and 13. Operating from the gun, Harris. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded at about the 28. Gets around him. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium. It's Super Bowl 58. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way gun. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Alexander. On the left side, a catch by White. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down. Looking to throw. Alexander, back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is that right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown ground. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now still down 1. Here's an utterly critical extra point attempt here. And it is good. There were about 70,000 people about to turn blue from holding their breaths. But it's good, and this Super Bowl is tied. This Super Bowl, it has had it all so far. All tied 4th quarter as it kicks away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And this Super Bowl has been as good as advertised. Probably one of the best that we've seen in recent memory. All even here in this 4th quarter. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 84 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. And by the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here's Harris looking to throw on 2nd down.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Now Harris on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Operating from the gun, Alexander. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. We're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Alexander. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there. It felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Toronto's offense ready to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Harris now on 1st and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see an in route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
They'll run on 1st down. Nixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw. Harris. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. To throw again. Alexander. And he'll find his man on the outside. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. On now is the punter as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Off the play fake. Harris. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dive, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical third down here.
Off play action. Harris. And that will be incomplete. They were moving the ball well early in the drive, but now it's fourth down. 3 straight incompletions all of a sudden could be their final play.
And with that type of pressure, how are they going to handle it? What do you call in this situation? Personally, I got to get the ball to my best player with the play he likes to run best.
Well, it goes a punt of 34 yards that time.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
80 seconds remain. 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Alexander.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
Toronto's offense ready to take over.
They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines.
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
2nd and 6 coming up.
Operating from the gun, Harris. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
A big play looming on 3rd down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on 4th down because you can try the long field goal, you could go for it, or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
They'll try the left side. It's Fletcher looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Well, 4 quarters couldn't decide things, so it's on to overtime here as the kick is away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Toronto's offense ready to take over. Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now the game reaches OT. Every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's right. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. And they'll send out their punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Johnson to return it. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. Toronto's offense ready to take over. That last defensive stand, and that is the defensive stand of the season. I mean, you get it on this stage in overtime of the Super Bowl, and now you set your offense up here, Charles. All they need is a field goal, and they're world champs.
Agreed, partner. And if I'm calling plays on offense right now, I'm looking at my play sheet, and I'm looking for what plays get the ball to my best players right now. How do they touch it, and who do I trust with the football in this situation? Big-time trophy on the line, championship on the line.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Skirts by him at the 35. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On 1st down, it's Fletcher. A nice little juke, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 67 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, Alexander. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. This now in field goal range. It's a question of when you want to try it. Here's 1st down. Up the middle they go. Fletcher. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And his kick is good! The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl! Another one in the books for us, partner. Always great to be by your side. And both offenses, both both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner. Let's face it. Any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.